Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the penultimate match of Season 39. And we won a tough one last round. My opponent changed up his defensive strategy. I had prepared for something else, so that one kind of spins out of control, and we had to try a bunch of new things to try and find a way to claw back. But my defense really locked it down. Take a look at this thing. Squall here was a tough opponent and set down a tough defense that stopped me from full clearing. Fleet, though, it was nothing unusual. But for whatever reason, my Anakin got blown up in the opening salvo. I looked at the relics on the pilots. There's nothing unusual. I have no idea why I just got blown up like that during a negotiator counter. But that prevented fleets from getting cleared. And then we had to find a way to clear the top territory because he set down way more GLs on defense. But my defense did its job preventing my opponent from clearing and churning through a lot of his squads. So Trench here standing up to 3, Chupio Datacron standing up to 5. That made it a lot harder for him to approach the rest of my board, where up top here he tries to get through this territory by throwing a ton of squads at the Tuskens, and they hold it down. You can see when your defense starts getting holds like this, it really starts compromising your opponent into making tougher and tougher choices and using less ideal teams. Had one attempt here up against Raddus, and at that point was done. So I was in a position, since he attacked first, to only need to clear 2 territories. My route was to try and clear the top. Once that fell apart, I had to pivot and find a way to get through the rest of his GL. So I'm pretty happy about how this ended up. And I learned a lot of new lessons that I can move forward, understanding how some of these other characters and squads function and counter a lot better. My next opponent is Lived 808, and this is a guy we want to be careful with because he has 4 GLs, and so he's going to be a player pretty similar to me. Players with fewer GLs, I'm usually more careful with than the players who have 7 GLs because it usually means they know their rosters pretty well in order to climb up against some pretty deep and tough competition. He has 16 Omicrons, so he's tied with me with the most in the bracket. With the relic units, he has a slight advantage, but I have a pretty big advantage with the Gear 11 Plus, and we're going to watch this Gear 12 number really inflate over the next couple weeks. That's how I'm approaching this new infusion of gear from these raids. I'm actually probably going to track this in the Talk series of videos, or maybe a different series of videos. We'll see where it ends up happening, but I think week by week we will be paying attention to these numbers, so you can see just how fast my roster is developing. With the Tier 6, this is where this guy's doing pretty well. He's got 61 to my 45. The 61 is second best in the bracket. With the Tier 7, he's pretty good at 33. He's more keeping pace. I'm a little bit more shallow, but I'm not that far behind. And we are matched up on the Tier 8 and Tier 9. With the other people in the winner's bracket, there's the 7 GL player Dark Yoda, who I think is the best roster of the bracket. And then it's Burndern here. It's solid, but there's enough weaknesses here that I'm fairly confident Dark Yoda is going to come out. He's got the deeper roster, more GLs, more relics. The relic distribution is stronger. Dark Yoda, who I expect to be in the final round. When it comes to the mods, Lived here is pretty good, but we have advantages. He has a average that's behind mine in both categories, but really it's the top 500 where he starts getting a lot shallower, where I have the second best top 500 average in the bracket behind Dark Yoda, and Lived is the slowest of the top 500. So that is a place where I'm going to be coming out ahead when it comes to these specific counts too. And you can see it in the 6-mod quantity that he has a whole bunch of them. But when it comes to the quality of those 6-mods, I've got some pretty big advantages. Datacrons, he is participating, so this is another place where he's going to do very well. Dark Yoda and I, though, are the best in the bracket. Actually, no, there's another guy who lost who is pretty good, arguably better than Dark Yoda. But Lived 808 is the fourth best when it comes to datacrons. This was about a 50-50 bracket in terms of people participating. No Jabba, no Lord Vader, so that's going to make things a whole lot easier for me. His GLs are JMK, JML, Sith Eternal, and SLKR. With Malgus, he's got Relic 5, but all 3 Amis. These other characters are looking pretty good. 2 Amis on Starkiller. He's got both Savage and Traya. No Aphra though, and not utilizing Swallow whether or not he has them. And Sori is undeveloped. With his Malgus is faster. He's got good mods on a lot of these other characters here, but a 4-star profundity, so that's another location where I'm going to be looking pretty good. When we take a look at the hotbot, with the hotbot here, what we're looking at is the undersizes and clears, which is a little low, and I was expecting it to be higher because with the 4 GLs, those kinds of players, I usually expect to see higher numbers, but maybe this is a scenario where when he feels like he can't win the match, he doesn't push it to an extreme like I do. The rest of this looks pretty good, but we'll move through. There's a lot of redundant information here, but I like the side-by-side. Cat's at 311. Let's look at the quality of his modding. So lived 808. Getting 2 in fleet, and with this ordering by speed, let's figure this out. His last character at 300 speed is Rex, who's 300 on the nose. Jedi Knight Revan is 297, Echo's 290. So he only has 18 characters to my 26. You can see the characters who are above the line, and then the characters who are below, where characters like CLS, Watt, the Bastilla Fallen, characters you'd really like to get as fast as possible, who are falling below that number. Looking at his defense, last I checked he had not attacked, but he's done 1. He might be done for the match. This might be what I was seeing. Maybe he doesn't feel like he's got it, so he's done. Or I have seen a number of players who will throw in 1 match, see if that would bait their opponents, or at least this is how I psychoanalyze it. Is you do a match that'll trigger your opponent to attack because they think that you might be just doing a minimum. Then they'll have pushed you into clearing their board or you doing your full offense so that they have a number to go after with their offense, or to determine whether or not they want to engage with it. That may or may not be happening, but sometimes it's how I think they approach it, because I'll see this from time to time. Somebody will do an attack and then come back later and clear. But wait, what did he take out? I was talking too much. So he takes out, okay, he probably did gas Malgus and goes well. But defense is unchanged, so just quickly glance at it. Tuskens, I'm hoping to have a good showing again. Sana is a lie. And the back wall, and hoping that he attacks some of these teams, because the last couple weeks, the last 2 weeks of Grand Arena, we have had a single attack on this Maul datacron, so I really have no idea how good or bad it is. Maybe in Territory War we'll get a sense because I set it down on defense. Now my opponent here, we've got a Qui-Gon squad with a 4-star Ki-Adi-Mundi, and I like that he did this because Ki-Adi-Mundi has a pretty nice unique that pairs well with this, and I think that is still worth doing. Those extra stats are going to help Anakin at the start of this. We got an Iden squad, Mon Mothma. Ooh, Old Republic. There's a number of things we could solo here. Like we can Wampa, Malak, Kylo. Well, actually, no, we Savage, Wampa, Malak, Kylo, and that's 4 solos right there. If we go that route, we're going to need to see how down below goes. It looks like 2 GLs. We got Gas, JMK, Starkiller, Savage, and we have Bastilla JML, which I usually got a 2-shot. So we're going to start fighting through this thing. Let's see if we can match the pace. He does have an extra Ami on his Malgus, but I had the extra relic levels. And I want the Tenacity Updatacron. This is just what I've been using. It doesn't get triggered too much in this match. I hope we make much better time than last round. That last round turned into more than 2 hours. I do not like how this is starting. I don't want to go down to my knees yet. Okay, that's fine. Because that means we have a chance that my Rex and 5s last long enough for gas to stand up. At least one of them. Okay, perfect. Here's what that datacron's for. We get a little bit of protection up. Fine. We lose 5s, but this is a good start. And part of the reason we're in this scenario is because his Fallen was slow. That extra speed preventing some of that synergy of making what makes Revan and her so dangerous. Looks like we're going to go down again pretty quick. That's not great. But at least the taunt is gone and we can hit Fallen. Maybe we can take her out. Okay. We might have to clean this up if this taunt doesn't come off. Come off. Okay, here we go. This should take out Revan. Alright. Well, we get to do something here that I don't get to do very often, but just show why I love Hondo. There's other things you can do to clean up Malgus. This might not even be a great use of Hondo, but I like doing it. Let's bring in L3, bring in Hondo, grab it. We can't do that. Okay, now let's go in. This is going to be fine because this worked with the double tank revive data grunt. I'm just going to give him a little help until we get our 10 stacks of ransom, and then I'm going to just bring it to auto. Okay, we got our 10 stacks. Let's auto from here. And the rest of this, so the Bastilla JML, I'm gonna need to take JKR to just lop the head off of Bastilla and take out Watt, which will make it easier for me to bring in Grand Inquisitor to clean it up. Because Grand Inquisitor will beat it 3-on-1. But he won't beat it to start, not without meaningful data grunt help. Hondo here is going to get better as Kira dies and L3 is taken out. There's going to be a big stat boost in a moment if we get to it. We might not need it. Almost to the 50 stacks. There's the 50. Awesome. Let me save a little bit of banners because Kira doesn't go down. It's just like a headache-free way of cleaning him up without using. Like Hondo's nice because he'll beat plenty of things, but there are things that you can find other ways through a lot of the times. Alright, we're going to probably do JMK. This Savage, I don't want to do it, but I think I might JTR Swallow it. Because I wanted to save JTR Swallow for the back wall, because I think there's a Maul back there. I don't know, we'll think about it. I might approach it differently. And I don't really have a plan for Starkiller. We didn't do the Grand Arena prep that we do sometimes. I guess we do it 2 days a week. When I don't do it on stream, I just don't do it at all. That's not true. Sometimes I'll do it. Yeah, let's get our tenacity up. I want the extra stats here. Who else did I give this to? Oh, this would be for JMK. I'm going to leave that for JMK. And I'll take a different one that has fewer stats. Because Yoda's going to be throwing a lot of tenacity up around, so it's going to help out a lot. Okay, we mark Bastilla. We get a little turn meter on Yoda. We're spreading the buffs. We got to get that tenacity going as quickly as possible. We can't call Yoda for the assist, so we're just going to... Maybe I should have just saved it then. We'll swap with Yoda. Keep going for Yoda, get that turn meter going. Get our free hit. Go back to Revan. Mark again. We're through the bonus protection. Let's hit Sean. We're We're swapping again. Get that protection, stacking protection up. I'm just gonna basic. There's a daze on Yoda, just not visible. I guess I should expand the buffs so that everyone can see. And as soon as we have marked again, we'll hit Watt, so there'll be no Watt in the cleanup. But this is a match where we're two-hitting a JML and not using a GL. And I'll take that every time. Because we're not going to be able to take Luke out even after Watt's gone. He's just with that tank tech. He's going to have too much recovery. We don't have the damage. But he has no lead now in the cleanup. And we'll just auto from here. I don't really got much to add right now. With the raid, I've been getting right after the 3 million in personal rewards, like around 3.2 million, using the level 4 huts, level 4 Mandos, level 1 Jedi Knight Revan Old Republic, level 0 Jawas, and I've been using level 1 Hut Remnants because they do pretty well, and level 0 Tuskens. I think I'm forgetting something. But I'm going to beef up my Hut Cartel pretty soon. There's a couple things I want to be working on. What if I just basic and let him take me out so that this doesn't take so long? Just take everybody out. We don't need this anymore, Luke. Come on, let's get this done. All right, great. Let's clean this up. All right, let's grab the Grand Inquisitor, give him a couple friends, 2nd and 9th, and a Datacron. Now over here, what do we want? No, not that one. That one is for Starkiller. Yeah, I think this one is what I gave to them last time. Or did I give that to... The damage immunity or the full health and protection, more damage. We're probably not going to be in that scenario too often. No, we do have 7th Sister. I'm overthinking this. I just kind of think I want 5th Brother to have the damage immunity. Yeah, let's just give the damage immunity here. This one's better. Ability block. We did finally get that Mara Jade Datacron, that Swallow Datacron you saw. I was able to re-roll that finally after Territory Wars and get what we needed. Really, it was the wrong level 6 ability anyway for Swallow. That cooldown reduction, I think, is what Swallow needs. Okay. Let's keep basics, because I get all those extra attacks. And it's not like we need to equalize yet. Okay, basics are fine. Oh, we got days though. Let's ability block. Plus in these cleanup scenarios with JML, he can't get to the ultimate. What else does this do? Sure. I'll take vulnerable. Let's get some foresight. There we go. The Bastilla lead stuff is, I do not think it's the way. I mean, I guess it took 2 teams. But still, I don't know. Alright, we're gonna JMK this. And I think we'll play it different. We're gonna make the 3v3 adjustments that you've all been asking and telling me for. That I should have been listening to a long time ago. But I'm a stubborn person. Alright. So I'm gonna grab Hidden myself. We're gonna say goodbye to GK. What? You're just gonna ignore GK like that? Just take him out. Alright, are we at that ultimate yet? Yeah, there we go. Take out Cat. Alright. From here, nothing matters. I need to sneeze. So let me mute this. We back. Oh, wow. See, this is what I'm talking about. Why this is the... Oh my, I needed to mention this to my guild. This is the datacron you need to be using with JMK. Because look at all the tenacity up here. Mine's getting completely tanky. We always have stacking protection up. There's always tenacity up going around. But everybody's using something else. Like, what do we got here? Never mind. Okay, so that was the stuff I had more of a strategy for it. Because usually what's been happening to me is by the time I get to Starkiller, I've been out of my preferred counters. I'm not in that situation right now. So maybe we played this different. I think we're just... I could do a JML. Let's save JML. No, because JML you really want to have Revan and Yoda. We're just going to do Starkiller. What kind of datacron do we have here? It's just stats because the abilities don't work. Okay. We're going to beat this with mine because I got a datacron we can give my Mara. And Starkiller, I guess. Alright, let's just click here. See, we may not have the level 9 ability, but we do have the level 6 here. And that's solid enough. Yeah, I do like what he did, even though he doesn't have an ideal mod on these characters. He still put the ideal datacron or even a synergistic Datacron on the characters, he still put down a Datacron. That's what you want to do. Just put down any Datacron. Oh, don't you be dodging right now. We got work to do, bud. Alright. Give me some turn meter. AoE to hit the staggers. Alright, this should take out Pelps. I should hit. I need a hit. What's this? I need a Starkiller. Oh, can I stun her now? Like, once somebody's gone, can I get a stun? Okay, no, it's just while Starkiller's around, I can't have a stun. Fine. It's just I want to. Oh, so close. I should just basic, but. You guys know what I'm like. I don't always do what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes I just do what I want. All right. So if I didn't want... There might be a Maul in the back wall. I don't think there is. He changed his defense up a little. Like Starkiller wasn't on his defense history. Where he maybe swapped out his Maul, brought his Maul to offense, and put the Starkiller down. So the Maul probably isn't on the back wall. I'm guessing his back wall is weak from his history. He's not as deep as I am as a player. So really, it's probably safe for me to do JTR here. But on the chance that Maul's back there, we're just going to do Traya. Traya's safe in this scenario, but I also want to... I just like to show what Swallow can do, because I really feel like he gets disrespected for... Where players who don't have Rey underestimate how much he contributes. Like, JTR is blowing that team up. I probably should have done it, but I'm going to regret this. As soon as we see that there is, in fact, no JTR, we're going to regret that. Or no Maul in the back wall, we're going to regret this. Alright, let's hit Talon for the protection recovery. There is my Annihilate. We will hit Talon. Throw an ability block over there, sure. Let's wipe out a Press. I guess we'll take out a Talon. You will be seeing me adding relics to this squad pretty soon. It's not my immediate priority because I think we've got a little bit of time, but it's already abundantly clear that for all the Revas we're going to be seeing in the future, we need to have a Traya squad, a legit Traya squad. Gear 12 is not going to cut it. I wish I saw this more often so that I would have felt... I wouldn't be having the regret I feel right now about not using JTR and showing that. But maybe we get lucky and Maul's on the back wall. Yes. Okay. Perfect. This is what we did it for. Get to it. This is what I want to show. Now, part of the reason I want to show is we did this last match, but in last match we had already done a prior attempt So it was technically preloaded with turn meter and cooldowns were affected. So I want to show an unadulterated version. Because I was really impressed with this last round, and I hope it wasn't a fluke. Okay, well, you get their little opening. That's fine. We will increase cooldowns, throw everybody under stealth, and then here is what it's all about. We can ignore taunt, we go after Maul, and what? We blew him up in one shot last time. That was different. And I did promise him that if he would have one-shot Maul, which he did, that I would take him to Relic 9. So that's a promise I will fulfill. But I'm a little disappointed that we're going to get blown up right now. Like it's fine-ish, but this is not what we wanted. I don't want to lose R2 right now either. And I think my cooldowns are supposed to reset or something from that Datacron, right? Can you guys do more? I need Swallow faster. There's like things we gotta do. Things we gotta figure out. See, we're getting closer. Like we're kind of doing it. But things aren't exactly working the way I want it to work. And I guess I technically, no, this is kind of bad, I think. Okay, no, we're fine. That's fine. That's not good. Okay. Blow him up now. Finally. And this was far messier than it was last time. But this is kind of why I want to take him to high relics. That's still a pretty solid counter to Maul. And that's made possible by the redeemed Omicron that I think is completely disrespected. I think that's a real solid Omni. It's treated like some C-list, D-list Omni, and I do not think it is. Okay, we're going to play this differently. This is way tougher of a back wall. That top wall is easy. We're not going to be able to solo Savage the way I wanted, or solo Iden the way I wanted, because we're going to use a Savage solo here up against CLS. Let's just do it this way. Where are you? Sure. Yep. Alright, we're just auto. Yeah, next time we see that Savage lead, we'll JTR it. JTR just hard counters that Savage on me because her healing immunity is a locked buff and unresistible. So it completely counteracts the Omicron. It's a very cheap counter to doing it. There we go. His CLS would probably even beat without the Datacron help, because it's a little slower than some. It's the fast ones that are a problem without the Datacron. we... Okay. We're probably going to have to do the bounty hunter thing here. We'll do Aura, Mando, and who's the last one? Zam? Technically it's Bosk, isn't it? Maybe I should do Grief. The alternatives. How does Aphra do on this? Maybe we just Aphra this. I think we come back to it. We'll do the oh, we have Jedi Knight Luke. I did not plan for Jedi Knight Luke. We still have JML. We can Aphra one of those. We can't Aphra both. I mean, and we can also JML. We have options. It means we probably need to Shaak Ti Grievous though. Oh, I forgot I have Dash and Han. Well, we're gonna Shaak Ti this. That's not affecting this counter. What do we want? Recovery? Oh, no. I think this is better. Stacking offense is probably better. Do I have anyone else who will... Do I have any more of those? I need to try and get more of those. Crit avoidance or crit avoidance. Let's get a little crit chance. Although that recovery is probably a better choice. How do I like to... Yeah, I like the stealth arc. I always got to remind myself how I like to play this. I like to be consistent, keep arc under stealth because that frees me up to just focus heal onto one of them. Because you can't stealth Echo. I am not... I kind of feel like I should have got that health and protection recovery. We're going to hit Magna Guard because I want to buy a little time before we take this hit. Yeah, I don't want to do it yet. Let's do it now. Okay. Heal up a tiny bit. Okay. Protection gone from Grievous. Get a little offense up. Counters. What? We don't get counters? I'm gonna get rid of the buffs. Don't die yet. Okay, let's heal up arc. Take the big hit. Perfect. Okay, I think we played this well. Oh, come on. It was that close. Okay. Next. Start clearing out some of these. Just do top to bottom. Bring in the 5th brother. Although, do I think 5th could take out? No, I don't. Let's not even flirt with the idea. Okay, yeah, that's what we want. I feel like I should get more of these unlined force user crons before our window closes. Don't you do it. Okay. Here we go, protection up. Are you kidding me? You guys gotta be kidding me. It's because we took too long to take out Qui-Gon. He reset his cooldowns. Alright, fine. Let's do our solos. That's a reroll. Wait. I don't think I hate this. Let's do this one. Although, wait, no, that protection up one. I guess we're not inflicting damage over time. We're just receiving damage over time. Let's do this. Because this one, getting that extra potency is going to be nice for landing this healing immunity on Zelbar. Landed on... Come on! Okay, fine. Alright, I need to recover. Let's just do that. I want to get Retribution. I should have done the Retribution sooner. Heal up. Get some more Retribution. AoE, because we've got blind. We can't really heal much. We're going to do a basic. There's our healing immunity finally. Boom. Wipe them out. I love this counter. I miss doing this all the time. Great. Alright, this should be a Malak. Or actually, Nest? No, not with the Ami. I'm not going to do it with the Ami. Let's just do Malak. No. No, no. Yeah, let's take another one of these. That'll help Malak a little. Does this hit your foresight? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Oops. Just go down, man. Go down. So close. Fine, I'm just taking out Phasma first, if this is how it's gonna be. Keep foresighting yourself, complicating my life. Let's do this. Okay. Now you have no help. Great. Next time we'll just do it that way. How do I want to play this? You know what we can do? I guess we could like bad batch. I don't like doing, even against a weak Iden like this, not with my with Relic bad batch, sure. Not my bad batch. I think what we're gonna do is this. I'm gonna get a little bit of this. We'll throw this on Kara because I want a basic on Kyle because he's a Jedi. He can't resist the ability block. And we're gonna actually chuck this right now. Fine. Should just left the ability block on. Okay, no, we take him out. Great. It's fine. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I gotta be careful with how I play this because of they lose the dots when they revive. So let's play this slightly differently. Yeah, I've done the... Oh, and I forgot about Kara doing the Empire thing. Okay. start getting a little loyal hand. Right. Let's basic. Dots. Basic. Basic. Attack. We need her to take a turn to get rid of that potency. I guess the alternative is we just keep throwing dots until Mon Mothma goes down. Oh no, here we go. Perfect. Okay, and we did that because it's safe, it's just a little time consuming. But it lets me go and Wampa this. Oh, this is a pretty straightforward match. Why am I... Let's just auto. I need to get back to watching Rebels. I kind of fell off of that because I don't even remember. I watched Sweet Tooth Season 2, which was... I don't know, it was fine. I didn't think it was like any different or worse than Season 1. I just enjoyed it a lot less. Maybe because, I don't know. What else have I been watching? I've had to have been watching something. I've just been making more videos. That's probably a thing I've been doing. Let's clean this up with I don't care. Let's just go back. Here's what I want to do. I need to know bounty hunters up against this better. Because you can do it with Aura Sing, but the Aura Sing versions, at least the ones that I'm seeing, are like this, which I don't think I did before. I think I did it with Zam. But I think that's also riskier. But it gives me stat boosts, speed, a little bit more survivability, but it takes a little bit. But it's the fastest contract that's here, but it could still lose. But I need to know if it works or not. Like otherwise, like we don't have to do it. We could blow it up with Aphra, we could blow it up with JML, like we do not have to do this, but we're going to. Because I think I've done it once or twice. We need to know our counters. We need practice. Alright. Turn, we are going to basic, but basic stun, right? Can we stun Jin? I forget. No. Okay. There goes our friend. We can't get an assist, so we're just gonna base. Yeah, we're not getting this off. This is over. Yeah. Grieve. This felt like something I needed. Did I really have boss before when I did this? Or did I do it in 5v5? I must have done it in 5v5. Alright, let's do it with, let's try Aphra. I want to see what it looks like. Even though we preloaded the turn meter a little. Okay. Potency. I don't know, this is already feeling like a mistake. That's why I want to see it, because I've never done it before. I don't know if it's safe or not. I don't really have a way to get through a taunt, though, if K2 decides to start taunting. So I want to see this kind of stuff. Maybe I shouldn't do that ability, because we are going to get him to counter. Awesome. Okay, safe. Let's take out Jin before she brings him back. Okay, very safe. That's what I wanted to know. That's why we learn things. Oh, you know what I forgot to... I hate it when I forget to test. So focused on this stuff, I forgot to test. I could have done like Tarful up against Iden. That could have been pretty interesting. It was a pretty weak Iden squad. Because we're not doing Tarful up against Jedi Luke. That's not going to work. Buff, no. Max health. Here. Which one are you doing? Yeah, not the one I would do. I'm gonna blow you up. Boom. Okay. Let's get some stun, a little more max health damage. Let's actually increase cooldowns. I think that'd be a good thing to do on Luke right now. Because we can't ability block him. Fine. This is not gonna hit through foresight, right? It's just basic. Alright. Bring in Luke. Yoda. Come on. Just go down. Okay, let's just auto. I'm bored. All right, cleared. Let's move up. We'll do Saw up against that Qui-Gon because I forgot to do any testing. Really hate to forget testing. Really hate it. All right. Saw. Not a true test or anything, but at least it's something. So Saw, Chirrut, Baze. That feels like the 3v3 team. Throw the bombs. Definitely that. Sure. We'll take a hit. I guess no. Okay. Honestly, this isn't terrible because I've brought in like mediocre teams before in these cleanup scenarios with Anakin, and Anakin's been able to beat them. So this is not nothing. It's not great. It's not meaningful, but it's not nothing. There's plenty of things I've lost in that scenario before. Alright. Well, I know he's not clearing my fleet. Are we gonna do this? Is this same thing gonna happen? Let's do this. I'm gonna do negotiator, and my negotiator just got blown up last round. It just a nothing special negotiator just blew me up. So what do we have here? Maybe that's why, I guess. I mean, sure, yeah, I can add a relic level to my Anakin, which will be happening soon anyway for GL purposes. Hate it. Alright, let's throw buff immunity here. Oh, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. It almost happened again. It did happen again. I need to add stuff to that. Okay, alright. Clearly things have changed and I just don't know the world we're living in anymore. Or my Anakin can't survive an opening. What do we want? I'm gonna get rid of these debuffs. I guess I usually, maybe, yeah, okay, sure. I guess I usually counter this with Maul, so maybe things, or with the Malevolence, so maybe I'm just not aware of the effect of certain relic levels on some of these things. I hate all this. I hate all of this. Fine, let's do this. Oh, nobody got 0% turn meter? Why would they? It looked like somebody... I don't know, you. I should just do this special. I'm very irritated right now. Because I know things are about to go very poorly for me. Yeah, of course I would have days on everybody. Why wouldn't I have days on everybody? Alright, fine. Apparently after years of playing that counter, I just can't beat negotiators anymore. It's fine. Can't do it anymore. Why would we need to? Okay, it's a triple attacker lineup. I don't have TIE Fighter, it's on defense, but usually I've been okay in the past. With the triple attacker lineup, you could burn something. I don't. I might regret it. That was a fine start. I will go for the damage. We will... Fine. We will not do any stuns. Rough start. Not terrible, but just not great. We will mark with Spy and blow him up. Great. Now we... You know what? We gotta do it. Enough? Great. Okay. Now we will hit, raise, crest. Fine. Can you please take out Sunfax so I can bring out Ebon Hawk for me? It would be most appreciated. Let's just do this. Take it. Needed a little bit more help there, bud. Needed a little bit more help. Right there. That's why you don't do that. I'm just gonna save it. Okay, now we bring out the Ebon Hawk way later than I'd like, but fortunately the Sith Bomber came out. I'm gonna go after Houndstooth because I don't want to give turn meter to it, at least not yet. I'm just gonna basic. Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Yep. Triple attacker lineup, just go after IG-2000 first, and you're usually fine. Like, it's people lose to it because they don't know it as well, but it's easier. Like, I'll use, if I'm doing malevolence, like you see me do like a sacrifice method, you can do it with TIE Fighter Pilot, but I like to leave it with the Chimera. Don't have to. Now, how do I want to play this? I think here's what we're going to try. What I really need are relics on these pilots so that anything else could work. Because we're clearly in a stage of the game where that is necessary. I'm also putting everything on defense, so I'm using substandard fleets to try and counter non-substandard fleets, which is complicating things. All right. Okay. Well, call in the assists, blow it up, triggered it. Great. Now we'll throw Hunted over here. We'll let them put damage immunity back on not damage immunity, but the revive back on their friend. Yeah, let's get rid of the taunt. Let's do it. Let's see if we can stun 5s. No, why would we? Oh my god. See, this is why we need to up the... Like, Gear 11 pilots is just... It's not enough. It's clearly not enough. What, is this my assist? Yeah, okay. Oh my god, I could have taken Anakin. I thought the taunt was still up for some reason because I'm not paying attention and I'm irritated. Okay, let's give... Does this give advantage to everybody too? Yeah, okay. Great. Hit Anakin. Why would that work? Now they're going to put the damage immunity up because I'm a foolish person and missed my window when I could have just taken him out. Okay, let's just trigger it. Let's trigger it. Get rid of the taunt because I don't want to deal with it, and go after 5s. They'll heal because of course they heal because that's the smart thing to do. So can we blow up Plo and not deal with them later? Great. Let's just get stun. Perfect. Great. We don't have advantage. Let's just do a basic hit it. Get rid of the taunt. Fine. That one's fine. That one you're allowed to hit. Okay. I'm missing that window to hit Anakin was just like I'm living in the shadow of that oversight. Alright, fine. This is fine. Because we don't... All I'm trying to do is avoid using the Scythe right now to beat this thing. Like, we can pick it apart. Like, this is what we were committing to by putting Executor and Profundity on defense. You know what? Let's do this. No, let's do Raddus. Yes. Yeah, let's take some turn meter. It's AoE, hopefully take out 2 things. I'll take the 1. This is primarily Gear 1 pilots. Not Gear 1, Gear 11 pilots. I think like Scavray is not. Uh-oh, this is feeling choppy. This is feeling like BlueStacks is gonna crash on me. Because of course it would. Better not crash on me. Alright, let's bring out a tank, just in case we lose the MG100. Oh my god. We got our ultimate, it's fine. Okay. Fine. Blow it up. I don't need this to be pretty, I just need it to work. Alright, we're good. Perfect. Alright, this... even know how this works. Let's see how it does. We're going blind, because we don't have even an opportunity to practice this stuff. It's not like there's a finalizer in my fleet arena. I think I'm going to play it like this. I'm trying to think if there's a reason I would want the gauntlet in the starting lineup. I mean, I guess there's the dispel and stuff. I think I want the tank. I think I'm going to do it like this, because I like the cleanse. But I might regret it. Problem is, I might not be able to bring in a reinforcement. Alright, let's land a buff immunity. Perfect. I'll take the hunted. Great. That's a great ship to do it on. Okay, let's see if we can damage Kylo early. Get some ability blocks would be awesome right now. Perfect. Yeah, let's get some formation. Come on, do it. Do it. Great. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You brought out the Jedi Consular? This is why I say, like, you gotta watch your reinforcements. Don't just fill up slots. No, maybe, no, you gotta have some of these ships. Okay. I'm just going after these other ships because it's easier, and at this point, the TIE Echelon's not going to do anything. What do I care? Great. Alright, full clear. We win this thing. He's not beating my fleet. He's got Malevolence and Profundity. I mean, I guess he could clear it. He could do Malevolence counter up against my Executor. And then, if he has the Scythe, I'm not sure if he does, but if he has the Scythe, he could Scythe mine. And then he has his Profundity to beat the last fleet. Yeah, he could clear it, but I don't think he can clear my squads. Or he might just not even fully participate. We'll check in the morning, see how it goes. And we walk away from our match with the win. And my defense, once again, holds it down. All those little changes we've been making to the defensive strategy are starting to fall into place. The big one here in this territory is Admiral Trench. For testing purposes, I was using on offense for a while, but it kind of felt like we figured out what we could and we couldn't really figure out that much. I wasn't really sure how I wanted to utilize him in an offensive capacity, so we left it for my opponents to try and figure out how they want to approach him. And he's been getting holds, at least one every match, and he takes 4 attempts this time. Up top, we get an additional hold here with another change that we made with the Tuskens being set on defense. This same thing as Trench. We had been using them on offense for testing purposes so that we could learn them a little bit better. And after a couple weeks of that, we figured out what we could. So they have graduated to defense where they get back to doing work that they did before. But they are much tougher now to deal with Chieftain and Warrior. And on the back wall, he doesn't make an attempt. So once again, we get no additional information about how well this Maul and Jango squad can work. A little disappointing. I really want somebody to just attack that thing. And Fleet, I don't even know if he attacked this yet. I didn't check it. Yeah, and no attempts here. And that's kind of what I was expecting from his history, where we were talking about that at the top of the video. The undersizes and clears were pretty low, so even though he's in Kyber 2 right now, it seems like a type of player where if he thinks he can win it, he's going to push through. If he thinks he can't win it, he might stop. Or if he wins and his defense holds, he'll be satisfied with whatever banner count is to win instead of going for a full clear. And we will wrap it up there. We got more things coming over the next week. It's going to be busy for a while. We'll just try and see how much we can grind out. But thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone. Be excellent to each other. This is still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.